This is Market Day Report. We're up and trading. We've been trading for about 16 minutes now. Let's see what's happening with the corn market. Again, on the heels of today's weekly export sales report. And earlier in the day, Brian Hoops said very positive report. Again, it's a lag measure as we look back at what happened in the previous week as far as export sales. But December is trading at $4.06 a bushel. That's up 2 1/4 cents. Soybean trade right now is up 4 1/4 on the November at 10.40 1/4. And what about wheat? Wheat market September is the front month at 5.04 3/4. It's down 3/4 of a penny. Hard red has been in higher territory. Front month up a penny and a quarter at 5.02 a bushel. And spring wheat trying to make it 4 days in a row. And it's on its way higher today. 3 straight sessions in positive territory. What about the cotton market? Well, cotton's been on both sides of the trade, but can't get it any higher than 68 and hasn't gone any lower than 66.5, 67.63. This morning, it's up 3 points. Tommy Grisafi's with Nesvick Trading. Okay, Tommy, let's jump into the markets. We have been moving higher over the past week after USDA's crop numbers came out. What are you watching?
You know, it's Groundhog here day here, Tony. We're watching results out of the Pro Farmer Crop Tour. That's real exciting. And state of Illinois didn't come in quite as well as maybe some were thinking. I think when you look at this national yield, you got to really look at the big picture. I flew to Wichita, and now I'm in Dodge City, Kansas, at the Boot Hill Museum. You said you've been here. Is that correct?
I did. Spent a little time there. Did not get arrested at Boot Hill, though, so I guess that's the good news. On the way over, though, what did you see as far as crops? Were you able to get a windshield look at them?
Yeah, actually, I got more than that. I drove to Sun City, and I went to a nice establishment named Buster's. That was quite a place. I'll send you a picture. And but I met with some clients and cattlemen and ranchers, and there's green everywhere. So when you look at the national corn yield, you got to look at a state like Kansas. You got to look at the fringe acres. I know the egos are big in Illinois, Iowa, and Indiana, but there's a lot more than corn in Indiana, as they say when we drive through there. But there's corn everywhere. I have clients in the state of New York. I have clients in Texas. To grow a record crop, we need big acres. We have that. Check. The USDA told us that. Then we need big yields. And really what everyone's running around doing is arguing about how big this crop is. The key point, what we're all missing, we had the pleasure of meeting Ag Secretary Rollins on Monday. We don't have people to sell our soybeans to. Basis in North Dakota this morning, minus 170. I'll be at the Boot Hills Museum here in Dodge City talking about it tomorrow, but it's just going to be talk. It won't make it better, but we got to keep educating people. Things are getting real serious here. I know we're going to go on break and we're going to talk cattle. That's the fun thing to talk about tomorrow, but I'm not so sure how that party ends either, Tony.
Yeah, exactly. We do know that anything that goes up usually comes back down at some point in time. The question is when. All right, we'll take a break, come back in a moment. We'll look at that livestock market, and in particular, the cattle market. Are there more records ahead for today? Find out. Market Day Report is back after this. So cash in the north at 245 already this week. We've had a little bit of trade in the south, expecting that to really pick up either today or tomorrow. Dress 385, 392. So that's the benchmark for us to start the week. And live cattle futures are starting the day in the red. 238.22 on the front month. It's down 30. Remember that August contract, though, expires at the end of the month. A little over, a week away. Feeders, August, 32 higher, 356.10. We hit a high yesterday on the September contract of 358.87. Our high today is, roughly 47 cents away from that. We're trading in the 357 range right now with most contracts lower. Hogs Starting your day in mixed territory, 2025 contracts lower, 2026 higher. Tommy Grisafi's at the Boot Hill Museum in Dodge City. All right, Tommy, what are you watching here?
Well, there's going to be a bunch of folks coming in tomorrow. They're excited to talk cattle. I'm excited to learn from some of our cattle experts at Nesvick. They're going to be excited, and they're going to want answers, and they're all going to ask the same thing: when's the top? And there's a whole bunch of them who had forward sold, protected, maybe sold them in the cash markets, and they're very profitable, but they could have been even more profitable. And so, as a farmer or rancher, we want to squeeze every penny out of the product we're doing. In the case of soybeans, it's lose less than your neighbor so you can come back to farm next year. In the case of ranching, it's how do I not sell them $50, go and hold on to them. But this is the biggest bull market ever. I'm smiling, but I got a feeling if we came back a year from now, I might be crying. Now the numbers might still be tight, but things may happen on the outside markets that change. And we're just one announcement, whether it be via screwworm or importing beef back from Brazil or something, from a change in the market. The worst scenario, before we go, I know we got to go on break, is if big news came out over the weekend and you can't get out. I remember a movie where a mafia guy locked the door and he said, now you can't get out. And with that, a Bronx Tale, back to you, my friend.
Hey, Tommy, we've got just 1 minute left here, but margin calls, how big has that been in this cattle market as well?
Well, I know you're not going to believe me, but I was listening to you on Commodity Wrap yesterday with Mr. Brian Hoops, and he explained why we have margin calls, how you could avoid them. And if you've sold cattle, the margin, call it $4,500, call it $5,000 to sell a feeder cattle. We went up $3,000 yesterday. So you don't have to be a math genius. You don't even need to take off your shoes. But if you have to send $5,000 in to be short a feeder, and they lost $3,000 yesterday, little Tommy or little Bobby or little Jane will be sending in more money today. Back to you, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really a story we need to keep in mind anytime markets are moving up in a bull market like this. Tommy Grisafi, Nesvick Trading at the Boot Hill Museum in Dodge City.
Yeah.